In the US, it is estimated that by 2030, nearly 1 in 2 adults will be obese, with almost 1 in 4 predicted to be morbidly obese. In light of this shocking statistic, which will undoubtedly continue to get worse in the forthcoming years if we keep to the status quo, current obesity prevention treatment strategies can be said to be falling short. Consequently, new, innovative, radical methods may be needed to help keep the crisis under control. Therefore, in today's video, we'll speak about one such potential intervention: psychedelics. However, please note that we are not endorsing them, only looking at the research surrounding the possibility of their assistance in aiding weight management at some point down the line. Additionally, before undertaking any therapy you're unfamiliar with for any disease or addiction, it is imperative to consult your doctor first. And as always, please take note of our disclaimer. Psychedelics have likely been around and used long before anyone even documented human activity, although there are plenty of examples of their use recorded that date back long before the birth of Christ. People at secret ceremonies in an ancient village just outside of Athens have been reported to consume a hallucinogenic brew once a year for over 2 millennia, considering it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The Aztecs in Mexico used psilocybin mushrooms for healing and in many religious rituals. And Native Americans use a small cactus known as peyote for its hallucinogenic properties for thousands of years in religious ceremonies, with evidence of its use stemming back as long as 5,700 years ago. Nevertheless, despite their use over these time spans, research into their effects has only begun in the last century or two. In a nutshell, psychedelics are a type of drug that can cause states of altered thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. Some forms of psychedelics you may have heard of are psilocybin, DMT, LSD, and mescaline. Traditionally, people have associated psychedelics with merely hallucinations, but interestingly, the research that has been conducted in the last number of years has shown the potential to help addiction. For instance, the authors of a 2012 meta-analysis involving 536 adults overall investigating whether LSD may help alcohol dependence concluded that a single treatment session is linked to a decrease in alcohol misuse. A 2019 study that used an anonymous online survey for 343 individuals who reported 7 years on average of excessive alcohol use found that 83% of their participants reported reducing their alcohol consumption due to using psychedelics. And a 2016 study assessing the long-term effects of psilocybin on smoking cessation demonstrated positive findings. In the study of 15 participants, it was found that 66% of them had given up smoking at 12-month follow-up, which is shocking considering that the most effective medications for stopping smoking have only been found to have less than half of this success at 30%, with the same follow-up duration. These findings are significant given that 4% of deaths worldwide have been attributed to alcohol, while 6 million deaths globally have been attributed to smoking each year. But these studies do come with their limitations. Each one has only evaluated psychedelic effects on small groups, so we do not know yet their true impact on addiction and safety. Therefore, a lot more research has to be done to observe if these findings translate to greater populations before any psychedelics can be advised for treatment. As it pertains to how they might offer help, though, we're still not sure. In part, they're thought to influence the default mode network, an area in the brain active when the mind wanders, linked to processes such as thinking about others, oneself, and their past and future. Researchers theorize that their thought disorganization and ego dissolution effects may break down worn-out neural pathways, which may be supporting the addictive behavior. Further, where they affect the brain appears to be in areas with many serotonin receptors, leading researchers to believe these drugs may also work by activating these receptors. So now that we know what psychedelics are, have seen at least some evidence backing up their efficacy for certain public health problems, and have an idea of how they might work, how may they help with obesity? But just on a quick side note, if you are interested in undertaking our evidence-based and results-backed personalized Plato weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in the description. It has been speculated that psilocybin in particular could aid weight management since, again, it may activate serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical that reduces appetite, causing one not to experience cravings as often and subsequently lose weight. On top of this, maybe psychedelics could help people with dietary addictions to sugar and fatty foods too. However, it is important to point out that even though there has been one study showing that adults who used serotonergic psychedelics like psilocybin are at lower odds of being overweight, no human studies have, as of yet, tested their effect on overweight individuals for weight loss. That's because there are phases that researchers must go through before they're able to, which can be seen here. Right now, the phase we're at in this area is the preclinical phase. This is a stage where tests are carried out on non-human subjects such as animals to see how safe a drug is, in doses equivalent to approximate the human exposures, its mechanism of action, and how it is absorbed, distributed, metabolized, excreted, and interacts with other drugs. The latest study done at the time of making this video, by Huang et al. In 2022, has shown that in rats, psilocybin did demonstrate modest but significant effects on weight gain, with no evidence of harmful effects. Of course, no takeaways can be made from this for us as we're obviously not rats, but the results do encourage further preclinical trials to take place to see if it warrants the investigation of a phase 0 study. Nevertheless, despite the literature we've gone through today backing up psychedelics' potential therapeutic benefits, it's critical to be aware that psychedelics are not without their possible side effects. It is true that psychedelics are considered to be physiologically safe and do not lead to addiction. This is because they don't directly affect the brain's dopaminergic system, which is a big part of why drugs that cause addiction do. However, the psychological consequences that may occur from psychedelics are another story. A study by LZ in 2017 suggests a possible side effect of psychedelics is undertaking dangerous activities while under the influence. Other possible side effects are the triggering of psychiatric conditions or making one's already present worse, lasting perceptual disturbances, as well as the development of an abusive pattern of drug use. These side effects are especially likely if someone consumes too much, uses them in combination with other drugs, and/or in an unsafe environment. Also, people with depression could decide to self-medicate with them, leading to enhanced mental difficulties. Nonetheless, literature does suggest that when people are in a supervised professional setting and provided appropriate doses, they have a relatively good safety profile. Further, Huang et al. Proposed that there could be a way to administer psilocybin at a non-psychoactive dose, and the potential side effects could further be lessened if provided microdoses. What's your thoughts on the possibility of psychedelics in managing public health problems in the future? We'd love to hear from you in the comments section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So, that has been our video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.